Boom! What's up, Amazing Creations? Jump in the chat. Danny Savage. Greetings from YouTubeville. If you like the video, subscribe, give it a like, hit the hyper button. Also, don't forget to click the notifications so you know when I go live. Listen, bro, I'm going to give you a small breakdown of the Senior Bowl. A lot of guys opted out. Some guys played. Some guys shouldn't have played because we'll get to that because they just made themselves look horrendous, man. We'll start at the top. Caleb Banks, defensive tackle, Florida. If there ever was a player that needed to come out and get 3 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss, this was it. People when people on the way down, some people say, oh, you're a has-been. As of right now, Caleb Banks is and never was. He had an average 2024 season, got injured 2025, barely played 2 games. Had like 2 days of decent practice in drills that favor the defensive lineman. So now he decided to play today. Diego Pavia and him had the same. He had 1 tackle. He did nothing. So he'd have been better off not playing than playing today. Jeremiah Wright, guard, Auburn, legit. Arizona Sun Devils, right tackle, Max Iator. He legit. Diego Pavia, bro, he has heart. Fumbled the ball. He has little baby midget hands. He has heart. I ain't going to take that away from the kid at all. He's 5'9", man. He got heart, though, man. Unless you're going to, like, pull him out in a sweep on the Mississippi bootleg, toss leg, whatever it is, like OG likes to call it, he ain't going to see over the NFL offensive lineman. And his hand size is going to be an issue because anytime he gets contact, the ball's going to get knocked out of his hands. It's ironic. He fumbled the ball. Another player picked it up. He punched it out after the other defensive player picked it up. You know, I watched Cam Newton in the Super Bowl fumble the ball and just stare at it. He lost his man card that day. So like I said, bro, Pavia got heart. It's just, I think his hand size and the fact that he's 5'9", he's better suited for the CFL. Listen, bro, somebody will give him a shot. Maybe he'll blow up in some preseason games, bro. Listen, man, at this point, Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl. I would have loved to known the odds, the beginning of the season. What would have been the odds Sam Darnold's playing on the Super Bowl? You could have put 100 on it and retired. Jennings Dunker, Iowa's right tackle. They had him playing some right tackle. They had him playing some right guard. They had him even playing left guard. Did I expect anything different? No. Because go back to my rankings. Back in May, I'm not no Johnny come lately with this football shit. He was the second offensive tackle I put out. The first was Francis Muaga. And it's still going back and forth who I got as my number one right tackle. Listen, the worst thing about Dunker, you put him to right guard and he's in a Pro Bowl for the next decade. I still draft him to play right tackle. I think he's proved he can play right tackle. But what do I know? Kalon Black, Indiana. Bro, this is like his 18th straight game. Yo, still James Madison transfer, went to Indiana. He had like 40 yards. Still running hard, bro. This kid's got to get tired at some point. Get this kid some rest, some cold baths, hot baths, some more meals, some stem cells treatments, some IVs. Listen, some team is going to get a great, great value in round 3 with this kid. And whoever he's backing up on a fantasy team, it's guys that are into fantasy football, pick him up. Bo Stevens, Iowa's left guard. Bo Steffens. I broke him down months ago. I think this week, the great Dane Brugler goes, oh, he's my number one guard. Okay, that's cool. Over 30 game starter, 6'5", 320. Listen, I do love Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech, but I don't consider him a Red Raider because his UCF tape, University of Central Florida, so I know everyone thinks, he went to Texas Tech. Because nobody watches football. They just watch stats. His UCF tape is better. I'll take his UCF tape over the Big 12 tape. And he could have came out last year, and I had him ready to drop him. I thought I was, and Texas Tech gave him a bag. But he didn't even play today, Leona. Whatever. But he'll be up there. But now, Jennings Dunker, Bo Steffens, they didn't need to play today. They were out there. Nadami Tucker, Western Michigan, broke him down months ago because it seems like I'm the only person that watches the MAC conference. They play a lot of Tuesday night games, bro. Yo, let's be honest. Listen, like I said, I don't watch basketball. I don't watch baseball. What are you doing on a Tuesday night, man? He had 2 sacks. He was at Western Michigan, Houston first, then Western Michigan. The bad part about him, he's 26. So in my world, listen, older players do have their place on teams and in drafts. But when I see a young team trying to develop and draft an older player, it doesn't make sense. A kid like this is best to the Rams, to the Patriots, to the Chiefs, to the Denvers, to the teams, to the Philadelphia, to the teams that are always going to be in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Teams that are always going to be fighting at the end. Because you get a kid 25, 26. There's no going to IR to get bigger and stronger. You have a grown man already. You ain't getting any bigger. You ain't getting any stronger. So you'll be thrown to the wolves, man. Like I said, Bryce Botecker, linebacker, Oregon. Now, I know this is going to cause a lot of people's heads to explode, but what do you think is harder to play linebacker at? In the Big 10 or the Big 12? This might explode people's heads. He had 10 tackles today. Kid's a tackling machine. It's like between 6'0, 6'1, 220, 225. Plays like he's 250. What's the worst? I'm wrong. Bryce Botek will be a better linebacker than Jacob Rodriguez. I know I just made everyone's heads explode. When it comes to defense and even a lot of offensive stats, Big 12 doesn't count. Just don't. They play two-hand touch football there. And it shows. Just gotta don't take my word for it. Just look at the over-unders on the game. It's basketball scores. Ohio State's tight end, Kasmaric. Bro, 6'5", 260. Didn't get many passes thrown at him. He basically was their blocking tight end. I take him in the 7th round all day. And he barely got any passes thrown to him at Ohio State at all. He's making my sleeper list big time. I'm showing my age, bro. Yo, he's 6'5", 260. Reminds me, blocking wise, reminds me of Mark Bavaro. Like I said, I'm very showing my age. Kentucky running back looked good. Seth McGowan. He had 750 yards on the season, 12 TDs. Everyone I've given you, I've done already. Now I know there's a certain fan base that doesn't like Michigan players, but I broke this kid down in the springtime, broke him down again. But now I'll throw I'll do a tweet on him. Rashawn Benny, defensive tackle, Michigan. He's a sleeper. Derek Moore. Everyone's talking about Derek Moore now. Bro, the kid's been a beast for the last 3 years. Like, where you been? I am convinced 1,000% all these 3-letter networks, their draft guys, they don't watch football at all. They should be like on Wall Street scamming people with stocks, selling cars. They're the biggest bullshit artists in the world, man. Like I said, Derek Moore. Where you been the last 3 years? Don't you watch football? Don't you remember him against Alabama having a game of his life like 3 years ago? Vincent Anthony, Duke, 6'6", 245-ish. Had a good game. Needs to get bigger. FIU's Keyshawn Owens. He looked decent. Had a touchdown. Kickers rarely get drafted. This kid's probably like one of the last picks around 7. But Iowa's Drew Stevens. Yo, there was 40-mile-an-hour winds today in Alabama. Had no problem nailing a field goal. 22 out of 28 in Iowa. Field goals. Over 50 yards, he was 6 out of 8. Excuse me, 4 out of 6. Either he'll be round 7 or he'll get $300,000-400,000 in guaranteed money as an undrafted free agent. Like I said, Jeremiah Wright looked good. Oh, man. Arizona State's right tackle, Ayator, whatever his name is. I didn't learn anything really great that I didn't know already, but I think Caleb Banks would have been better off not playing today because he needed a 3-sack, 6-tackle game. He looked horrendous. So you can't call him a never was. You can't call him a has-been. He's a never was at this point. Boom or bust prospect, man. He did jack shit today. Crazy opt-outs. Lee Hunter, Texas Tech. Darrell Jackson, Florida State. A lot of opt-outs, and I get it. And listen, the crazy part is, bro, there's so much more talent out there that didn't even go to the Shrine or the Senior Bowl. You know, I think James Brockemeyer playing. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? This was his 18th game. Does this kid not get tired? He's gonna be a day 3 steal. Marquise Bell out of Florida, out of Miami. Bro, same thing with him. 18 straight games, man. He's gonna get drafted late round 3. Be on someone's practice squad and probably get poached. Needs to stay lower. As crazy as it sounds, he could probably add more weight. Didn't learn. Like I said, I didn't learn nothing this week. For now, if you're a legit scout, like for a team, and you went to Alabama to actually talk to the kids, I get that. You need to do that. You do. But if you're like an internet scout and you listen, if you want to talk to kids for your content, that's great. But there's no way you're sitting in the stands and learning anything. Some guys probably just went down there. Oh, I'm at the Senior Bowl this week. Look at me. Didn't watch film. Very few guys dedicate draft. It's hard enough talking about the NFL. You think you're going to talk about this? I'm 400 players deep, and I got 400 more to go. It's 350 and then 50 sleepers. It's too big, man. It's just too big. Got to do another deep dive into HBCU. It's going to start about probably 72 hours. Probably by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to go back into my HBCU. Still have the Legacy Bowl coming up in about 2-3 weeks. Yet, let's see if that game gets as hyped as this. I guarantee there's going to be quite a few kids playing in the Legacy Bowl that are going to make NFL rosters. But yet, you won't see the tweets and you won't see people talking about them. You'll see me talking about them, but whatever. Like I said, I didn't see much. Be back to the grind mañana. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO for life. Peace out, everybody. Be safe. Amazing Creations. Thank you for jumping in the chat.